All right, let's dive into something that sounds, well, completely backwards. It's called the velocity paradox. What if I told you that the very thing you're doing to move faster is actually what's slowing you down in the long run?
I mean, think about that for a second. Why do fast launches so often lead to slow companies? It doesn't seem to make sense, right? Speed is supposed to be good. So let's unpack this puzzle.
First off, we have to talk about the promise of speed. Because let's be honest, moving fast is everything. In business and tech, speed is hailed as the ultimate advantage. It feels like winning.
And it feels so good, doesn't it? Shipping a new feature, getting a product out the door, it's a rush. You feel like you're making real progress. You're delivering value. It's that tangible proof you're getting things done. But is that feeling actually telling you the whole story?
This is where things get interesting. This is where the hidden slowdown starts to creep in. Because that amazing feeling of speed, it's often hiding something that's happening just beneath the surface. And the name for this problem is hidden friction. And that's a great way to think about it. It's like this invisible sludge that's slowly building up in the engine of your product. It's the sum of all those little shortcuts, all those we'll fix it later decisions that just pile up when the only thing that matters is going fast. And these symptoms, I bet they look familiar to a lot of you. Your systems just get harder and harder to change. Features are all tangled up together, so you can't touch one without breaking another. And that technical debt, it just spreads like a weed through the whole product. It's maddening. This timeline really paints the picture, doesn't it? Month 1, you're flying. Everyone's celebrating the launch. But then, by month 6, things are different. New features are taking a lot longer. A year in, every little fix feels risky, like you're walking on eggshells. And before you know it, by month 18, all that incredible momentum you started with is just gone. So you see the disconnect here? The feeling versus the reality. What felt like progress was actually just creating friction. That speed you loved? Well, it was planting the seeds for future delays. And that amazing sense of momentum. Yeah, that was actually just you building up a mountain of risk. Okay, so what's the real culprit here? It's so tempting to just blame speed, to say, well, we just went too fast. But the truth is a little more nuanced than that. And this is a really important point. Fast launches by themselves are not the problem. The goal isn't to stop being fast. Speed is not the enemy here. There it is, the real problem. Fragile foundations. It's like the difference between building a skyscraper on solid bedrock versus building it on sand. Sure, you can get those first few floors up super quick on the sand, and it'll look great. But you're going to find out pretty fast that you can't go any higher without the whole thing threatening to collapse. All right, so if we know the problem is a fragile foundation, how do we fix it? Well, it's all about changing your strategy. It's about building for the marathon, not just for the sprint. We have to reframe the goal completely. We want speed that accelerates our growth over the long term, not speed that just slows us down later. We're chasing sustainable speed, the kind that actually builds on itself over time. And that takes a real mindset shift. First, you have to stop seeing good architecture as a cost or a delay. It's not. It's an investment in your future speed. Second, you got to build for sustainable growth, not just for those short-term wins. And that all leads to the third and most important point. You have to prioritize that solid foundation, always. And this insight from Woltex just captures it perfectly. A solid architecture, it's not the flashy part, you know? It's not the big, exciting product launch. It's the quiet, foundational work that happens behind the scenes that makes all that long-term, sustainable growth even possible. So, that really leaves us with a choice to make, doesn't it? And it all comes down to one final critical question you have to ask yourself and your team. Is the speed you have right now an asset that's going to propel you forward? Or is it actually a long-term liability that's eventually going to bring everything to a grinding halt? The answer to that question will define your future.